reason why we're learning here is we wanted to understand which areas of our life, of our activities, we will be stressed so we can proactively plan out when it will happen. No one is too late for change. So don't waste any moment. It's like the principle of an expert saying, begin with an end. So if you want to be remembered as someone who's not acting out because you're stressed, what will you do today? What will you do next? Based on how you want to be remembered, these are the following steps that you need to do. You need to really be aware of yourself so you can manage yourself and not waste time. Because self-awareness, once you have it, it now leads you to humility that you need help. I need to develop this, I need to learn this, I need to apply this. Then you go self-development. After self-development, you're now beginning to learn how to lead yourself and actually reach self-mastery. That's our goal here. To communicate or to be an effective communicator, self-mastery is very important. I'd like you to write your own words naman. Example, traffic. Yung dalawang best friend mo, si Bill at si Judith. Kilala mo naman yan, di ba? Judith ng Meralco, Judith ng telepono, Bill ng ano. So, mga barkada mo, let go mo na yan, di ba? So, what is your own version of your stress? Could be workload, could be family, or could be health. It could be, I mentioned traffic, maybe pollution. We have different triggers, right? Maybe words, may nag-trigger sa'yo na words. So, what are those? In addition to what's already being experienced by most according to this study. So what are your triggers? This is what we see when we are irritated with another person in this office or in your company. What you don't see is what's happening in their heart. Right? So it's just not easy to make a person change kasi nga wala tayong control, right? But what we need is a process. What you need is a process. So the deeper the part in your heart, the more powerful. So what we always hear around is just the mindset. Yung kanina, nasa ibabaw lang pala yun. Right? Next to that is your identity. Yung mga kinapi nating programming. How people define you, you know, how you believe yourself to be. And your I need to be statement. I need to prove to you, I need to be statement. And sometimes, it is being triggered. Nasa-stress ka kapag hindi nangyari yung I need to be statements natin. Yung I need to prove to you statements. And I'm happy that we are, by the way, thank you, management, because you are now having this opportunity to process the deepest part, which is the most powerful part of you, yung desire nyo, and that is MQ. It gives you more reason to understand rather than to judge. Okay, so I wanna ask you to do this self-hug. Can you do this? Okay, so do you know that there is such thing as, it's a psychological term, self-hug ngayon parang self-care, right? But there's a psychological term, self-hug. MQ or the desires will help you determine or identify your tendencies to quit, tendency to react, your tendency. And that's management, the ability to plan on your tendencies. Okay, so how was this morning? How was your experience?
Actually, I've learned a lot. So when it comes to who am I as a leader, so I still I figured out that I have more to improve on my side in terms of what I've learned in the morning. Thank you.
Communication needs to come from the right motive. Okay, an inspired person, person with a full love tank. So you cannot give from an empty cup. So now, when you try to try your best to motivate agad without being motivated, alam nating mali. Kasi we cannot give from an empty cup. We cannot motivate from a demotivated self. Right? And the reason why I'm presenting the differences this way, napansin nyo, tad-tad tayo ng understanding, is the lesser you are irritated with each other, the more you are motivated to be with each other, right? And dun ko hinit yung point, no? I wanted you to manage is to understand. I wanted you, and my aim and my prayers for you to understand that we can resolve things out of differences. We're just unique, we're just different, but it doesn't mean we have to cancel each other.
Thank you for being someone I can always rely on to manage the team and our stakeholders, and for understanding and adapting to my leadership style.
You are now aware of your desires, right? Check. So now, you can plan out that, okay, when eating is skipped, or let's say not important to them, ako inaalam ko pa yung menu, sila nagmamadali. Alam ko, pwede ako ma-stress. So you know what you will feel when you're stressed, right? Either disappointed, frustrated, happy, glad, or sad. So what happens now is, try to manage your coping skill by replacing that with a positive action towards your tendency. One word to describe your experience today.
Empowering.
Motivation.
Onwards!
Transforming,
Nurturing.
robust,
Enriching.
Stimulating. Cultivating.
Insightful.
The reason why we're doing this is, so we can be better in communicating with each other and with our clients, right? We always say, and not once did Toni mention, oh, it's a cultural thing. My heart is so full. I'm so very thankful, and I've really learned a lot of things today, but the one thing that I've learned is never will I ever use Filipino culture as an excuse, right, for some of the comments that we get from our partners across the ocean. Not once did Miss Toni mention it's a cultural thing, so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. When you want to pass on a framework, it needs to be a system that can be applied globally, right? So, mabuhay ang Pilipino.